Hey there guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the Ultimate RTG. And it's been a while. When was the last time we went on a 10-0 undefeated run on Sunday? FIFA 18? FIFA 19 at a push? Well, we are back. Tactical Masterclass. This tactic truly changed everything. Now, last weekend, 26 wins with Team of the Year Mbappe. Well, Mbappe out. Neymar in, 27. The +1. Elite One. What an end to what I would say was a poor weekend league. Now, I was true to myself, even in the gameplay that felt okay, still not amazing, but decent enough to control the game, dominate possession, and try and pass the move and create the chances. I knew for sure that in the 4-2-3-1, something wasn't right. And I was really trying my best to reduce the amount of passes required to get to goal, because I was not confident in my build-up play, my approach, my dribbling. I just could not attack. Like, defensively I was alright, but as soon as I got into those wide areas or those central positions, I couldn't find my players. I was getting isolated, restricted. It just was not good. So I switched up, boys. What was recommended for me to do was to change into the 4-4-2 formation, but I know myself, right? I know how I feel on the game. The 4-4-2 just seems to be a little bit too wide for its own good, and the way I play, I don't like that so much. I'm not truly possession-based, and I want to go and hug the touch lines. I like to play through the middle, but also have that width and support. So I met them halfway. I switched to the 4-2-2, and it was like the missing piece of the puzzle. And I will show you my instructions and custom tactics, but I truly mean this, boys. What this formation did was take every single player in my starting 11, what it felt like anyway, and put them in their correct position. It just glued them together. Like, you know how we had issues in the 4-2-3-1, not really, well, we didn't have the CDMs providing that offensive support, and on the ball, they're not really great. And that's where I felt like I was a little bit too passive. But in the 4-2-2, I didn't really need them necessarily pushing up as much because I had the box in front of them. The play had to go through Mane, who was playing left attacking mid. It had to go through Douglas Costa, who was on the opposite side. So it got the most out of everybody. It was going through the cams to the strikers. I was linking up, playing a little bit faster. And it just really changed my game. Like, you could see the difference. If you were watching the stream yesterday, how I was struggling in the 4-2-3-1, and then it was like a second wind. The last few games, it was unbelievable. So I've got to say, now I'm unsure as to what I want to change because I was so close. I went through a funny 5 minutes. You know what I'm like when I come up with decisions. Like in yesterday's episode, I was considering like selling my cards because they've dropped in price. Well, that was a little bit silly of me to even suggest because I think they end up going up during Team of the Season anyway, because the amount of coins added to the game, because packs will be opened, the ideal or the what I could call the desirable icons, well, ideal for me because they make me play better, but the desirable icons, they will start increasing in value. So I was looking at the starting 11, and what do I really need right now? Obviously, we got rid of Mbappe, who was a true number 9 striker. That would be perfect, having Mbappe in the attack with Neymar, but would it have really been perfect? Because some of the goals that I scored with Di Maria's left foot, right foot because of the 5-star, it just seemed to be so important and clutch. And I know that he gets a lot of hate, and there are some mixed opinions about how he performs. Yes, he misses some chances. Yes, he did miss an absolute sitter towards the end of the weekly run, but my God, he was getting a lot of goals, and he did a lot more good than bad for the starting 11 for sure. So is it that position that I need to upgrade and find someone else with a 5-star weak foot that feels more like a striker? Or do I need to still make that improvement, bringing in a De Jong type player, so when I have to play a little bit more possession based, he's going to be coming through the middle and support it? But this 4-2-2 really did turn up and help me out big time. So I'm really excited to show you the tactics, and hopefully it works as well for you like it does for me. But with Rio Ferdinand, although I was close to selling Essien to bring in De Jong, also Rio Ferdinand, his days were numbered. Yesterday, I was thinking, right, 1.4 million, we can go and sell him, bring in De Jong. Listen. There is a reason why we have finished on 26 wins last week and 27 this week. It is the defense. Trust me. Rio Ferdinand Ramos, the best centre-back pairing that I've used on the game. Now, I've tried Team of the Year Virgil van Dijk, and he's great and all, and if I went to him now, I'd probably prefer him over Rio or whatever, but he is like 3 million coins. Is he even worth that? Probably not. But having Rio with his acceleration and his awareness with Ramos, it really does feel so secure at times, and I think most of the time, it's not even down to the players, it's just down to either myself making a mistake or the game screwing me over because I've gone in for a challenge and it just didn't allow me to come away with the ball. It felt very, very loose. So when the game is pinging and I feel like I've got that consistent tackle with these guys, you can't penetrate them most of the time. They're just so rock solid with the way they're reading the play. And even Kyle Walker, he survives another weekend league run and he's playing very, very well. But once again, if I'm making changes to this team, I would really like to see a true number 9 striker, a Team of the Year De Jong, just to have a feel as to what he offers really, because it's been a while since I've used him. Maybe I'll prefer Petit after all this time. You never know, like Petit, again, is another player that is clutching up and it just feels good. But anyway, yeah, a proper number 9 striker, De Jong and Semedo headliner in the right back position. And then I think that is truly the top 100 starting 11. It's only a matter of time until we get it, I feel like anyway. As long as we're playing well and we don't choke our chances, but we've even got better with the penalties. I've got a new technique, boys. Last weekend I was choking so many. I was involved in 2 penalty shootouts this week and I won them both. I seem to have more success putting the cursor slightly to the left or the right of the goalkeeper and hit green. Well, do your best to green time it, but it doesn't seem like that save has been programmed into the goalkeeper. They always dive like over to the left or the right. It's really, really odd. Unless you just like maybe move your keeper to the left or off center and then don't dive, he'll probably save those. But who really does that? Everybody dives or just stays right in the middle. So that's why I think this is a really, really nice technique, and you would have seen that anyway. But more to like how Neymar played for us. Headliner Neymar, 3.6 million that I bought him for, and now he's like 3.3, 3.4. I was wondering, and I was considering it, like, is he really that good? Like, what has he offered the side for this weekend? Ultimate control. He clutched up and he got some important goals for us. And the way he feels on the ball, it is really, really nice to have. But is there a player on the game that's cheaper? That it has to be cheaper. Is there a player on the game that's going to offer exactly what Neymar did for us this weekend that will allow us to bring more coins back to the account to upgrade the positions that won't really force us to get rid of an Essien or a Rio Ferdinand? Because what is the point of selling those guys right now when the market is down and we're looking to put together a top 100 team? It's just not worth it. Like, these guys are good. Why get rid of someone that is amazing to then downgrade certain positions? It's stupid. Stop doing that. And I'm trying to like learn and realize that it's just not the right move. I love Essien, I love Rio, they stay. But Neymar was very, very good. And I did say that I'm loving Di Maria as well. It's just tough. Like, I don't know what to do with the attack. It's like, these guys are good, but I still feel something is lacking slightly. Just slightly. But we got into some pretty intense games towards the end. A lot of people say to me, "Yo, Fuji, why are you using Team of the Year Mane? Can you sell him?" No, he's untradeable, and I don't think I would sell him anyway. Well, I probably would have done, but these days with the way he plays and what he offers, like, some say that he doesn't clutch up. Oh, he clutches up all right. There was a game that I was in desperate need to get a goal. I was 3-2 down in the 85th minute, and I whipped it back post. Mane with a touch, in delay, by the way, can I just add? In delay, he took the touch, left-footed volley, scissor kick, bottom corner in the back of the net. 99 finishing coming true. Like, that was such a good goal. But with, yeah, the matches towards the end, it was tough. Like, I checked my Champions channel and I came up against arguably better opponents than I did last week. So I was really, really happy with that. To go 27 wins, knowing the quality of opponents that I have played, again, it just gives me even more motivation to push. But the last game, the guy had what I would call a meta team, and it was a tough game, right? I was able to go a goal up very, very early on. You're going to be seeing it in a second with Neymar. Beautiful skill. Was it Neymar or was it Di Maria? I think it was, no, it was Neymar. It's coming up now. Beautiful skip inside, gets the goal. And I was thinking to myself, like, all right, let's try and push for a second, but just don't overextend. We've got the goal, let's keep calm. And this was the match that I felt like was the only game that I truly changed up my style, and I started passing it around, pass and move, and taking my time a little bit. But in the 81st minute, you know, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Rio Ferdinand, it didn't happen to him at all weekend. He was tracking back versus Ken, and he threw himself on the floor. I never have ever seen that before from Rio Ferdinand, and I was like, no way. Have EA done that on purpose to make it dramatic towards the end? Surely not. But hey, we survived, boys. 27 wins. He was a tough opponent as well. I just couldn't find the second goal. In that game, Di Maria missed a sitter as well, which, oh my god. I don't know how he missed that. But yeah, like I say, he did miss some chances, but he also scored a lot, and he clutched up. What a weekendly run. Let's go. So what you're seeing is something that I was putting together after the weekendly run, a brainstorming, you could call it. But this build would also see Di Maria in the starting 11, but it has no chemistry, really. I've got, well, Mane on like 5. Mane on 4 chem. Obviously, I'm going to be using him because he's untradeable. It makes the most sense. Douglas Costa, I still want to use. I think he did a great job really spreading the play because of his pace and dribbling, and his playmaking is good enough, and his finishing seems to be OP for me. And in the 4-2-2, I think it's really important to have someone like that. But it comes down to whether or not I believe Neymar is really worth it. With his stats and what he finished on, 54 games, 58 goals, 21 assists. Good record, a goal a game, and he was starting as a middle cam, keep that in mind. But it's not a record as good as Ronaldinho, even Socrates, believe it or not. It's mad, right? But it's what Neymar is offering for the other players. He's bringing them into the play, and Di Maria finished on 70 goals, 60 assists in 2 weekendly runs. That's not a bad record, and he was a player that's been moved all over the place. Right attacking mid, middle cam, striker, and he seems to be at least holding his own in every single position. So I can't really rate this guy enough, and that's why I'm really hesitating whether or not I want to actually replace him. Like, he is good, but he's just not great. And what we need are great players if we're wanting to get those extra couple of wins, in my opinion. But anyway, boys, let me show you the 4-2-2 custom tactics. Maybe you'll have some success with it like I did. So I was using balance, 4 width, 3 depth. Now I was trying 3 width in the 4-2-3-1 earlier, and it just seemed a little bit too narrow for its own good, and I just wasn't used to it, because last weekend I was playing on 4 width, and that just seems to just find the right medium between having a defense that's not too wide and it's a little bit compact, but doesn't really sell yourself short down the wings. That's just the way I play personally. 3 depth, I think that's my favorite. 5 width in the attack, 4 players inside the box. I used to play like 6, 7, but I think 4 players just allows you to hold a little bit more possession and wait for your attackers to be in better positions instead of having your 2 cams like overextended and stuff. So that's what I think helped us out as well. But the instructions, I think this is important, right? Come back on the defense for one of the strikers. So when you are defending, he's going to be dropping into the midfield and really that central area. So then it turns into a 4-2-3-1. But then when you've eventually regained possession, you're in your 4-2-2 again. It was nice. I think that transition there is what was helping me to be a little bit more unpredictable in the attacks, I've got to be honest. But balance on the other guy. My 2 cams, I can't defend without having them come back on the defense. It's just the truth. So having them drop into like left attacking and right attacking midfield positions, but well, left defensive mid, right defensive mid, or left mid, right mid, however you want to see it. It works very, very well. Stay back while attacking on the 2 CDMs and cover center, and then stay back with my fullbacks. And this felt great. With the players that I was using, so compact, so reliable, and yeah, I'm looking forward to next weekend already. So do I continue using Petit, or do we make those changes? That's something that we're going to have to consider, boys. But really, really happy with that. Like, come on. That's a good record. With what we have to put up with, right? I got score battle rewards. Considering, like, the dodginess in these games, like when I go in for tackles and it's going through me, to get a record as good as that, I'm actually quite proud. Like, oh, I'm not top 100 level these days. Like, maybe I will get top 100, but that's obviously luck that's going to be involved in the matchmaking and stuff. But I'm just happy. 27 wins on a broken game. It's just true. It's a broken game. And even though I got a record like this, it was unplayable. Like, I'm just being truthful with you boys. It was absolutely unplayable this weekend, and I'm really, really happy. So if we can get a record as good as that in terrible gameplay, we can get top 100. We can. We've got to ride our luck a little bit. We have to. But these packs, I mean, I'm not going to save anything right now for team of the season, or not these quality of packs, but I want to get some stuff ready. And I was speaking in the last episode, I've got something in mind to like invest as well as get packs, so that will all be explained very, very soon. I'm gonna have to really do that though for the Premier League team of the season. I don't think it's gonna work as well for the most consistent one. What is this one? Is this most consistent? Not yet informed? No, I think this one is basically a team of the season where a player hasn't received more than 1 inform. That's why Dubravka I never saw, because he had like 3 or 4. He should have been in a team of the season, no. I think so. But anyway, that's just the way it is. I will test out maybe a Felipe Anderson if he gets voted in. I think that he will. But considering all the other options, people don't really care about IRL performances. They just want players that are good on the game. Honestly, I think I'm that way as well. They should have like, oh, that's a nice kit. They should have 2 team of the seasons. One that is for IRL and it's really, really strict, and that is the true team of the season. And then another one that is properly community voted just for players that would be good on the game. Or is that a dumb idea? Probably a dumb idea. Oh, damn. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. But right now we're sitting on... Oh, Marcelo though. Damn, that's good. That's good. 85 rated itself or something, or 84. But right now we're sitting on 800,000 coins. I will do my very best during the week to make a few more. I don't think I'm going to waste any and enter drafts, but I probably will. I do like playing the drafts and stuff. How much is he, by the way? 20,000. Damn, I'm selling him now. So yeah, we're just really waiting to see what happens to the market. I don't want to go too crazy and make some purchases, but it is at an all-time low. Like this De Jong, I really want to get my hands on him as soon as possible, but I'm still unsure as whether or not I think that's the move if we want to be upgrading the striker. But I don't know if I want to get rid of Di Maria. So I think I'm just going to really sleep on it and yeah, just think about what I want to do, because this team, this setup did get us 27 wins. So be careful with what we drop, because that 5-star weak foot in the attack, it really is clutch. Having Neymar, Di Maria and Douglas Costa, all of those guys just banging in shots without having to turn and weave, it is, well, they can do that as well, but you know what I mean, like it just makes it so much easier. So a striker that has a 5-star weak foot that is better than Di Maria. Any guesses? Drop it in the comment section. But boys, that is where I'm going to love and leave you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. 27 wins. Elite 1. Good packs as well. Should I save the 200k packs and just open the Team of the Week ones on Thursday? Maybe. We'll have to see. But thank you very much for watching. Team out. Peace.